Hi, Linda here with Mom's Backyard Garden, and today we're going to be talking about Christmas cactuses. Actually, I'm going to be talking about three: Easter, Christmas, and Thanksgiving cactuses, and how do you get them to bloom. So this one right here is a Thanksgiving cactus, and let me tell you where I had it sitting when it bloomed. Unbeknownst to me. They seem to be very fickle getting them to bloom. I can tell you that I fertilized them recently. After I fertilized everything, I started seeing blooms on them. I was very excited. And this one sits in my living room on the plant shelf, and it has 12 hours of light. They're on automatic timer, plant lights, similar to the ones we have back here. And they come on at like 7 o'clock in the morning and go off at 7 o'clock at night, and the next day repeat. So this sits right under the light. It's close to a window, so it probably gets a little chilly in there. And it is also close to a baseboard heater, so it could get chilly and then warm. So this is my hygrometer that sits right where the cactus was in the living room, and it is 68 degrees with 46% humidity. So most of the time I'm bad at taking care of my house plants, and I don't water very often, so they stay dry most of the time. But when I do water them good, like I did this one this morning, this is my oldest cactus. It's probably 7 years old, and it looks a little droopy to me. It has perked up some since I gave it a nice big drink, and everything got watered well. Yesterday I transplanted this one, which looks a little droopy, and I haven't been able to get it to bloom. This is an Easter cactus, by the way, and this one is a Christmas. We'll look closer at these leaves to see the difference. And then we have all these Thanksgiving cactuses, and they do come in a variety of color. I have red ones here. I have a couple of white ones. This has white blooms. They did bloom a couple weeks ago. I had beautiful white blooms. This one is yellow, which is new to me. And this one hasn't bloomed in a few years. It is a few years old, but I think it's pink. So let's look a little closer at these leaves. These are Thanksgiving cactus. And the leaves do look a little different. They do seem to come in a variety of colors. We're going to look at a few of these. This is another one of mine that is an older one. I've actually never got this one to bloom before. This will be the first time it's actually bloomed for me. I believe my daughter got it off the clearance rack, so it didn't have blooms on it when I got it, and then it got burned sitting outside in the sun. It wasn't used to it. And then the older one, which is my Christmas cactus. Leaves are very similar. Let me move these closer. This one is Thanksgiving. This one is Christmas. It has more of an elongated leaf, but they both have the little prickers on them. And then we'll move. And then we have the Easter. Doesn't seem to have a lot of prickers on it. Let me get these all together. See if we can get a good shot of the three different leaves. We have the Thanksgiving, Easter, and the Christmas. I also have a large amount of these cactuses sitting behind me here. You see this big window? These curtains are open. I only close them because of the glare, but they're open, and there's a lot of bright light and sunlight that shines through there onto most of these cactuses. So the other one here doesn't actually get a lot of outdoor light. It gets very minimal outdoor light. And I have had success getting a cactus to bloom by placing a cardboard box over the plant, completely covered it in total darkness for 2 weeks. and then I brought it out. I watered it well before I put it in there, and then I brought it out, gave it a good water again after a couple of weeks, and it did bloom. So maybe there's some thought to that theory as well. And also, the ones that sit on this plant stand probably receive more heat. They're sitting right above a baseboard heater, and it's about 70 degrees over here. It says 42% humidity. I don't know if the humidity matters. And the best thing I can tell you for getting them to bloom is for sure fertilize. All plants like to have fertilizer. And it's real easy to use a fertilizer. The fertilizers I use are water soluble. You just follow the directions on the package. So if I wanted to make sure the leaves on these plants were nice and green and healthy, I would use this fertilizer. You see that first number is a 20. That's your nitrogen. And if I want to get blooms, this is the one I actually fertilize these guys with. See that middle number is a 35. That's very high content. And that middle number is what helps put the blooms on your plant. Like my tomatoes, when I grow in the garden out in the summer and the springtime, when they start to set flowers, I will give them a boost of this fertilizer with the heavy bloom booster in it. And yes, I know this is an orchid fertilizer, but it works well on all flowering plants. I use this all throughout my. So I wish you luck in getting your cactuses to bloom. I hope some of this was helpful for you, and come back and see me again here in Mom's Backyard Garden.